Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we're going to be going over my entire portfolio. Every single Monday, I get on here and I talk about what I am buying and what I am holding going into the following week. I get a lot of questions from you guys about names that I am holding because if you guys are a part of the Discord, obviously I post all my trades and stuff over here. So I get a lot of questions throughout the week, and it's just hard for me to answer every single one. So what I like to do is just make one video a week that goes over all the stocks, all the cryptocurrencies that I currently have positions on going into the following week. So what I want to say here, what I want to start this out with is Ethereum here. So Ethereum is obviously the biggest altcoin, the most well-known altcoin. Pretty much when Ethereum goes up, everything else goes up. And you could see how hard this thing has capitulated over the last that was 4 weeks. So for 4 weeks, we went straight down. But now you're seeing we're forming a doji here. So this is actually a bullish reversal candle. And I really like where this is sitting at. I bought this last week. We bought it last week. We bought the Ethereum. This is the Ethereum ETF here. So we bought the $35 calls on this for 2027. So we're playing a bounce here on Ethereum. We believe that Ethereum is going to bounce down here at these levels. Again, if you guys are familiar with our trading strategy, what we look to do is we look to buy when the wave is down here, giving us a green dot. Okay, that normally will tell us that, hey, the bottom is in, just like it was here in September. It went from 2,300 all the way up here to 4,000. It pulled back, it capitulated, gave us a green dot right here in April. That was at 1,500. This was one of the best trades for us last year. It went from 1,500 up to 5,000, and now we are back down here. We did get some green dots here back in December, and that ended up being the bottom. That ended up being the bottom for about 2.5 months. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. That was the bottom. And then what we said was, if this thing breaks down below this low, okay, you're gonna get some capitulation, and that's what we've gotten. So there was probably a lot of stop losses. I don't think probably there was a lot of stop losses right here at this low. Okay, and when that broke, that's when you saw the big capitulation. But now this thing's starting to turn around. It looks like what's happening right here. Okay, like we did back in March, we hit the bottom. Now we're going sideways, and pretty soon I think we're going to get the spring higher. So either there's two scenarios I think that are going to happen right now. Either we are going to go like this for a while. We're just going to chop around more, go sideways, sideways, sideways. Or we're going to get that V-shaped recovery that people are talking about where this thing just absolutely springs to the upside. I mean, this move right here from 1,600 right to here was still 86%. That was an 86% move from there to there, and then we ended up actually going to 5,000. So again, if you guys are familiar with our strategy, all these names on my portfolio, I am buying these names because they are down here, right? When this blue wave is down here, all that means is that we've capitulated, right? If you come over here to the cheat sheet, okay, capitulation is when we go down, 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 right? To be a successful investor, okay, you have to buy low and sell high. Right? Can we all agree? We're not going to make money buying up here and selling down here. That's what the majority of retail does. We want to buy when no one's excited, when no one's having a good time. We want to buy when people are in despair. Okay? And people are in despair right now. I mean, I think everybody can agree that the majority of retail do not like crypto right now. The sentiment has never been lower. So I think altcoins are on extreme discounts right now. The only thing I want to see from Ethereum now is a green dot. And we got a bunch of those green dots going off here in the Discord. Over the weekend, you guys saw, I called this out for you guys here. You could see a lot of names, okay? Doge went off, Aave went off, Litecoin, ADA, DOT. Normally when you see a lot of them going off like this, CRO went off, QNT, Jasmy, okay, XDC, Pump Fund, Uniswap, BCH, okay? A lot of names are giving them right now. Okay, a lot of names are given the signals. Ethereum has not given one yet, but Ethereum is building a base right here at 1850. So if Ethereum goes up, obviously all the altcoins are going to follow. I just love how much this thing is pulled back from the top. Again, we were selling back here in August, September. It's now down 65% from that time. So a 65% drop tells us that we have capitulated, right? 65% from here to here is capitulation, okay? I normally look for about 50%. Okay, we're sitting at 65% right now, which means we are extremely, extremely discounted. And another thing is, right, the mean, right? We track the mean here, the average. Okay, the only way to know if you're getting it in at a fair price is to buy at the mean, at the average. Okay, if you're buying at the mean, at the average, you're getting a fair price. If you're buying below the average, you're getting a discounted price. So the mean that we like to track here, the two that we like to track, we actually have 3 EMAs that we use, okay, is the white line, that's the 50 EMA, which is the 1-year moving average, and the blue line is the 4-year moving average. So if you look at Ethereum based on its 4-year average, it's currently sitting at a 24% discount right now from the 4-year average. So you're getting it 24% off. So that's like going to Walmart and buying your favorite products for 24% off today. Can it get cheaper? Yes, it could. But the way that this thing's setting up right now is beautiful. And I just want to see that green dot there from Ethereum. Again, we played these options here, the $35 calls on ETHA, which is the Ethereum ETF. So we're playing a bounce here. And again, the green dot will confirm that bounce. The next one we're looking at here is Chainlink, same thing. Here you were buying at or around the average. Now you're buying it at a discount. So again, what I like to tell people is if you bought at $12.50, okay, and then you bought and then it went down to 8, is it really going to matter if it goes back up here to 32? Okay, you're still going to make 100% if it goes back up here to the highs. You're going to make more money if you're buying down here. But I started my position on Chainlink, right? I have a very big position that I started right here around 12.50. So I am down about 30% since that time on this liquidation event. But guess what? We don't use leverage here on crypto, so we're not stopped out. We're just simply sitting on our hands waiting for things to bounce back. And you're literally getting Chainlink right now, if you're looking at the 4-year average, at a 40% discount. So if anything, I'm just looking to load up more on Chainlink. I want to buy as much as humanly possible down here at $9. And yeah, I mean, it's just at a beautiful, there's no way we're selling down here, right? We only want to sell up here. Okay, the word sell is not in our strategy here. Yes, you could have set a stop loss right here at 11.50, but guess what? If you didn't, okay, we're not going to panic sell down here. We're not going to panic sell down here in despair. That's stupid, okay? That's how you never make money. It's okay to do nothing sometimes, okay? It's okay to sit on your hands and just wait a little bit sometimes. It's perfectly okay, okay? I think 90% of the game, if you guys are using our strategy, is to wait. Is having patience, okay? A lot of people want to get in and get out and day trade and do all that stuff. No, we simply can just use basic data here, right? The 4-year average. Let's go off the average price over 4 years. If you're buying it at a 50% discount, you're doing the right thing. So I am a big bull on Chainlink here. I still can't believe it's sitting at $8 right now. XCN, same thing. Just looking for the green dot on this one. For now, I'm just staking this one on their website, earning around 30% APY. Snapchat, again, I'm trading the monthly chart on this one. This one is currently sitting down here at 2018 lows. So that's the lowest price in 8 years Snapchat's sitting at. A lot of people are saying this company's dead and blah, blah, blah. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, they have almost 500 million daily active users. It's one of the most utilized social media platforms out there. And it's literally sitting at $4. It's a penny stock right now. And look what happened last time we got down here to these lows. Okay, boom, went all the way up to $80. Okay, people were saying it was a dead company back here. Guess what? Boom, they felt stupid up here at 80. So I'm still buying. I'm still holding that. That's one of my biggest stock positions right now. Pyth, this is kind of a newer coin as well, but this one is actually giving the signal here. We also have a MACD crossover. The MACD crossover is a very bullish indication here on the weekly chart. This one had a really nice move yesterday. I think it was up like 24% yesterday. But again, we got the signal. So we are buying down here, okay? We want to buy down here, and we want to sell when the wave comes back up here. Pyth's a pretty new project. I think they were out on, let's see if they were on Binance. Yeah, so they were on Binance here. So they were all the way up here at $1 back in 2024. Now they're at 5 cents. This is Coinbase's competitor. So I don't have a huge position on it, but I do have a little bit in it just because I think the oracles are very important. You could see we're going to sell when this thing comes back up here and gives us the red dot. Right now we're in planting season. Still looking to buy that one. Sui, same thing. Where was everybody talking about Sui? Everyone was talking about Sui. All the influencers. Sui up here at $5. Okay, where were we? We were up here. Okay, everyone was excited. People were enthusiastic. Okay, it was going to be the next Bitcoin, the next biggest thing to ever happen right up here. This is when people are excited. When we go up 500%, everybody wants to buy. When we go down 60%, everyone wants to run for the door and sell. We want to buy down here. I cannot stress that enough. We don't want to buy when everyone else is excited, guys. And there's a lot of ways to measure whether people are excited or not. Look, we're still actually sitting here in extreme fear. Okay, we are still in extreme fear. This tells you that people do not like crypto right now. People are running for the door. People are quitting. Okay, they're going to chase the next shiny object. Okay, we are literally at all-time lows on the fear and greed index. Warren Buffett says, okay, he doesn't say sell when everyone's fearful. He says buy when everyone's fearful. And there are so many signs. There are so many signs that we are down here in fear territory. There is blood in the streets, folks. This is not time to be scared. I know your emotions are trying to take control and say, oh no, right? Maybe we shouldn't be doing this or whatever, right? And if you want to listen to those, fine. But in investing, you cannot, if you can't manage your emotions, you can't manage money. Straight up. You cannot do this if you cannot imagine or manage your emotions. We have a very specific set of trading rules here. Okay, we have a strategy. Okay, and everything we do is based on logic, data, and discipline. All of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out. If you guys are not familiar with this buying and selling strategy, I have a free trading course right here in the Discord. Okay, completely free. You guys can watch that and look at our approach. Again, you don't have to use this strategy, but if you don't have a strategy, you're going to lose. Okay, it is a fact that you are not going to make money in the markets without a strategy. Okay, you can't just put a blindfold on and throw a dart. Okay, maybe you can if you're like really good, really good, but 99.9% of people can't do that. Okay, so it's important to have a plan. And again, I go over all of this in our free trading course over here if you guys are new. Again, it does not say emotions, data, and discipline. Logic is a strategy. It's having a goal. It's having a plan. Okay, the data is just the stuff that we use on our indicators. We use the moving averages, the red and green dots, the MACD. We use a Fibonacci here. Okay, so that's the data. The data is the charts. And then the discipline is having the ability to stick to this plan, okay, no matter what happens. No matter if the market goes the other way on us, hey, guess what? What are we doing? We're still abiding by our buy strategy. We're still abiding by our sell strategy, or our sell strategy. Okay, that's discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Okay, even when it doesn't feel right. That is discipline. Okay, and again, everyone's buying up here on SUI. Why were we not buying up here? Well, because the blue wave was down here. We were calling out SUI down here in July, August, when it was sitting at anywhere between 60 and 70 cents. Okay, this is when we were talking about SUI. Okay, everyone else was talking about it up here after it already went up 800%. But now that it's back down here, it's very quiet again, right? No one's really excited. No one's having a good time. Oh man, I had to sneeze. Holy cow. Okay, and now we're just in this territory where, again, there is no excitement. We're in extreme fear on the fear and greed index. We're down here in the buy zone. Okay, we've talked about this a couple times. We look at ourselves as farmers. Okay, when the wave is down here, we want to plant seeds. When it's up, man, holy cow. Sorry, I had to sneeze again. When it's down here, we're planting seeds, right? If we're farmers, right, this is planting season. This is harvesting season. Okay, we're nowhere near harvesting season yet. We're putting the seeds in the ground. Okay, SUI, in my opinion, is the fastest growing layer 1 blockchain out there. I believe this thing will get back to $5, if not go to 10. And it's sitting under $1 right now. So I'm loaded up on that. Radium, this is my play on Solana. So this is one of the biggest altcoins built on the Solana ecosystem. It's the DEX for Solana. So this thing's literally gotten capitulated here. Okay, we're down to 62 cents. I think I started buying this one right here around $1. So again, I'm down 30 or 40% on it. But guess what? I'm not panicking. Why? Because we're literally sitting 81% off of the 4-year average. 81% discount. Okay, the markets are the only place where things go on sale and everybody runs out of the store. Everyone's running away when things go on sale. Imagine Walmart having a sign that says 80% off everything. Come on in. And people just, no, and they run away, right? And we're walking in there like, okay, how you doing? Here's all my money. Take it away, okay? So Radium, this is just a play on Solana. What is Solana doing here? Let's look. Okay, so Solana, again, this thing is capitulated as well. It's sitting pretty far below its 4-year, about 43% off the 4-year average right now. So that is a major discount. If you look at things over a 4-year period, you're 43% below the average, which tells you that we're at a discount, right? And despair does not feel good, right? If you don't feel good about your portfolio, that's because we're in a season where you're not supposed to feel good about your portfolio. Does that make sense, guys? Despair does not mean, oh, I'm happy and I'm joyful and I'm jumping around and you know, no, it doesn't mean that, right? Despair means, ouch, right? My portfolio's down like 35% since the beginning of the year, since January. 35% down. Does that feel good? No, it doesn't. But again, as money managers, as people who manage money, right, our own investment portfolios, okay, we need to learn not to let our emotions take control, okay? Selling down here is not going to do you any good. Best thing you could do is give it time to rebound and go back, because eventually it does, right? Eventually it will reverse and go the other way. If we're buying at these big of a discounts, right, and holding, buying or holding, okay, we're doing the right thing. And I think Solana's a steal right here at 85. I'm playing Radium on a bounce here. Again, just looking for a green dot. P-Sky, P-S-K-Y. This is Paramount Plus. Ever since I saw them get the partnership with the UFC, I've been very interested. This thing went all the way up here to $20, and now it's all the way back down to 10. I do have a small position on it. They got earnings coming up in 2 weeks, actually, on the 25th of February, so that'll be something to watch, but really just looking for the dot there. DRG, this is actually a play on SEI. So this is the DEX on SEI. SEI is another layer 1 blockchain. But DRG is paying around 200% APY for staking. Very new coin. No data to go off of, just more of a fundamental investment on that one. Cetus, so this is actually the DEX. So when I say DEX, if you guys don't know what a DEX is, it's a decentralized exchange. So a centralized exchange is like Coinbase or Robinhood, right? They're centralized, they're controlled by certain people, whereas a DEX is decentralized and it's controlled by like stakers and voters and things like that. So there is still people controlling it, but it's just a place where people can stake, earn from liquidity pools, and contribute to the liquidity platform on the layer 1. So Cetus is the same thing as Uniswap, right? We saw that BlackRock was buying Uniswap last week. They bought it. You could see it went all the way up here to 450 after they bought it, and now it's back down to 350. But Cetus, so Uniswap is the DEX on Ethereum, right? It's Ethereum's DEX. Well, Cetus is Sui's DEX. So if you believe in the project of Sui, which if you look at the data, it's literally one of the fastest growing if not the fastest growing layer 1 blockchain out there. Cetus is the DEX. Cetus is the Uniswap of the Sui network. That's all you guys need to know. And it's literally sitting at a $10 million market cap. I mean, this thing was all the way up here at 50 cents back here in December. I think they got hacked or something, and then they got bailed out by Sui. So, yes, they got hacked, oh no, but they learned their lesson, and Sui backed them. Sui came in and gave them a $6 billion loan to bail them out. And they got bailed out, and they're still up. They're still operating. They're still, right, their platform's still working. We went over a video on how to stake in liquidity pools and stuff on their platform, but I think this is one of the most undervalued projects on the market right now. I could see this thing at least back at 20 cents. It's less than 2 cents right now. It's sitting at a penny and a half. So this is one of my largest positions right here. And I started buying right here around 2 to 3 cents before it went the other way. Again, I don't care if it's down here. Okay, it doesn't matter if I buy it at 2 cents or 1 cent. If it goes back up here to 15 cents, dude, that's literally a 1,000% trade. You're going to make 1,000% from here to here. So I still really love Cetus, and look what that has this week. It actually has a signal popping off here. Again, in my opinion, one of the most undervalued plays on the market right now in regards to fundamentals. I'll take some chart requests here in just a second, folks. Let me get through the portfolio real quick. Again, I just like to dedicate Monday to the portfolio because, again, you guys ask me questions all week about what I'm doing with what I'm thinking, so I just like to make a video, go over this real quick, and then we'll take some chart requests from the chat here. We got SMCI. This one's still holding its green dot. So again, as long as the dot is green, we're bullish. If we get a red dot, right, we can set a stop loss, right, if we get the red one, but I'm still bullish on SMCI here. They murdered their quarter. They made $2 billion more than expected, which is insane. And they're just consolidating right now. They're just kind of going sideways. So I'm playing a breakout on SMCI still. That's a stock. Plume. Plume's also gone the other way. Every crypto has gone the other way off this last round of dots. Okay, but I think we're going to get a V-shaped recovery on this and come back here. Still holding it. I think I bought it at like a penny and a half, and now it's at a penny. So, right, I'm down 25-30% on it. Again, it's not going to matter if I buy it at a penny or a penny and a half if I'm selling it up here at 8 cents. I'm really not going to care when it comes back up here and touches the average. That's a 660% move. So still like this project, has a lot of interesting partnerships, pretty low market cap play. Same with Pinlink, pretty low market cap. But this one looks like the bottom's in down here at 6 cents. And again, I'm just waiting on that green dot on this name. Plume still has a green dot here. Pinlink does not yet, but I think it's coming. This is another low market cap play. So the low market cap plays that I have are Pinlink, Plume, Cetus, and you could even maybe throw in XCN. I think XCN's another no-brainer as well. I think they're going to do very, very well in this altcoin season. But these are like lower cap plays, low cap, high risk, high reward plays. But all of their fundamentals, everything that they do, all checks out. And again, we're just waiting on the signal, folks. Our strategy is to wait on the signals. It doesn't matter what people say or what people do. The strategy remains the same. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world or what's happening over here or what this person said or what that person said. We have a strategy. Where do we buy? We buy on a weekly dot as long as the blue wave is below the white line, or we buy on a monthly dot. That is our strategy, meaning we're buying these signals, okay, the green dots on the monthly and the weekly, and then we are selling, right, when the wave comes back up here and gives us a red dot, okay? That could take 1 to 6 months. Our typical time frame is always 1 to 6 months, okay? I'll call these signals out sometimes on social media, right? I'll say, hey, we got a weekly dot, and we go down 4% the next day, and people are just like, oh my gosh, you said it was going up. Okay, well, if you took the time to do your due diligence and look into our strategy and how we approach the markets, okay, in the trading course, all these trades are for 1 to 6 months out. And I say 1 to 6 months because there's really not a way to actually tell how long it's going to take to get back up here, right, from here to here. Okay, sometimes it happens really fast. Sometimes it'll take a month. Sometimes it takes 3 months. Sometimes it takes 5 months. It might take 8 months. I don't know. Okay, but all we're doing is sitting on our hands and we're waiting, baby. We're waiting. We're planting seeds, ignoring the news. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that there's blood in the streets. Okay, again, extreme fear. This is not a time to be scared. The rest of retail is scared. We got to do the opposite of what the herd is doing. The herd is running. The herd is calling for a 4-year bear market. Okay, we were calling for a bear market up here. Okay, we sold all of our crypto back here in September, August. Okay, this was a mini altcoin season right here from April to August. Now we're back down here, and now everyone wants to call for a bear market when we're already down 65%, right? We're down 60%, and now they're calling for a bear market. So the same people that were telling you to buy up here at all-time highs are the same people telling you to sell down here. Does that make sense? Okay, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. Okay, I'm not making that up. It's just a fact. Retail is super jacked up and we're going straight up, right? Everyone's talking about Ethereum up here at 5,000. Now Ethereum sucks. It's a piece of crap. It's a dead project. It's not going anywhere, right? Yada, yada, yada. Negative sentiment. We want to buy the negative sentiment. And when it flips and goes the other way, it's just crazy how retail doesn't like pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I made this channel so people don't get smoked. Right? So people don't buy up here. Again, if you're taking into consideration that 4-year average, if you're sitting 50% off of the 4-year average, that's like going to the grocery store and everything says, hey, today is everything is 50% higher than normal. Would you be going to the store that day? No, you wouldn't be, dude. Okay, and we should treat our investments the same exact way. So using the mean, using the moving averages, and again, guys, I tell you, we don't just rely on one indicator. Okay, I know a lot of you guys talk about the red and green dots and all that, but you need the red and green dots with the moving averages in order to execute our sell strategy. Right, we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily. You can see that called the exact top right there on Ethereum at 4,900. Called it right there, and then what happened? Sell it off all the way down. Okay. So people are extremely excited up here, and they hate it down here, okay? It's just basic psychology, folks. It's basic market psychology, okay? And I made this channel to protect people, right? Because I don't want to see you guys buying up here when everyone else is excited. I want to see you buying right now. If you don't have any money to buy, you can hold, okay? But don't tell me you don't got any money, because there are so many ways to make money these days, okay? You can drive Uber, DoorDash. You could go mow lawns. It's snowing where I'm at right now. You can go pick up a shovel and start shoveling snow, okay? So, again, you are the only thing standing between you and where you want to be is the excuses that you're telling yourself, okay? Excuses, excuses, excuses. We don't want to hear excuses, okay? If you bought up here, well, you were buying at the wrong time, okay? If you found this channel up here, which is likely because the majority of people will subscribe and right, everyone's jacked up in a bull market, right? Everyone looks like a genius in a bull market, but not a lot of people look like geniuses down here, right? And again, this is our strategy, okay? We buy when the wave is down here. There's nothing complicated about that, okay? Does that seem complicated to you guys? So if the wave's right here, do you want to buy? I mean, you could, but we want to focus on capitulation. We want to buy after a big liquidation, okay? This is a liquidation event right here. 4 weeks down. That's manipulation, okay? They're trying to flush retail out. Why are they doing that? Well, it's because the smart money that manipulates and controls the market, these guys, okay, the billionaires and the trillionaires, they can't buy your crypto unless you're selling it. So how do they get people to sell it? Well, they shove it down, they manipulate it, and they make your emotions take control, right? And then you panic sell or whatever because you just think it's going to go down forever or whatever the case may be. And guess what? They're sitting there smiling and laughing as they buy up all the dips. And then what do? They pump it up, and then the cycle resets. Then retail comes back in. They're like, oh, I missed the boat. I shouldn't have sold. I'll just get in again. And then what do? Flush it. Okay? Study this graph, guys. It's the cheat sheet here in the Discord. The Discord is free to join. Okay, the link is in the description and pinned in the chat right now. And I'll put it down in the comments section as well. If you guys are not in here, you guys can join for free. Check out the free resources. We got a DeFi course. We got a free trading course. I post everything that we use over here. The trading indicator you guys can download right here in the trading indicator tab. That's going to get you my entire trading layout, meaning if you don't have the red and green dots, the EMAs, the MACD, the Fibonacci, everything that we use, okay, you just click on this link right here and everything loads right up into your TradingView account. If you have any issues or trouble with that, overkill@overkillinvesting.club is my email. Okay, that's right there. And again, all this content, all this free content, we got the daily news drop in here. So we get news from a couple of these really good news channels like Watcher Guru. It's all just routed right over here into the Discord. So like Dutch Trader, boom, dropping an altcoin market cap chart. This chart looks beautiful. So we do have a free option. We also have a paid option. $4 a month gets you access to everything we do. $4 a month is less than a Starbucks coffee. That'll get you trade alerts, weekly watch list, 24/7 trade support, advanced analysis, so on and so forth. If you guys have questions, just hit up support chat, or you guys could shoot me an email. Okay, we have a lot of cool stuff over there. Almost 4,000 members in the Discord. I think we have 25,000 total. So we've definitely grown a lot over the last couple of years, and we're probably going to keep growing. I don't know how long I'm going to keep the channel public. I think eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the channel private, meaning I'm no longer going to post on social media and just post over here inside the Discord. I don't know when that's going to be. I think my goal is like 10,000 members. Once we get to 10,000 members, I'll probably take it private. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, the channel's blowing up and it's cool. But honestly, I don't really like it that much. I feel like the bigger you get, the bigger the target on your back you have, and I just don't like having a target on my back. Again, all this is just me presenting information. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to present the data and the information. You are to take with it what you will, right? It's up to you to do your own research, okay? If you buy something and it goes down, it's not my fault, okay? You need to do your own research on the assets, on the projects, on the charts, and you need to make calculated decisions. This channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together, right, to succeed. Okay, it's a lot easier to do it with people than it is by yourself. The Bible commands us not to isolate, not to be alone. The Bible, Jesus wants us to be a community, be a church, be one together. Okay, and again, not about me, not about you, about all of us and Him. Pin link we talked about. Again, just looking for the green dot. Uniswap actually had a signal pop up. Looks like it went away, but I think it did pop over here in the Discord this morning. Yeah, right here. Well, last night at 8:08 p.m. So the reason you saw so many of these go off last night is because at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays, so you guys can mark your calendars or whatever, or set a reminder. 4 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays is when we get new weekly candles. So that means we get a new candle, which means the indicator shifts over and we get new signals. So that's why you saw all those go off last night, and you got a couple this morning. I really like Aerodrome Finance. I made a TikTok about that this morning. I think I got 2 windows open here. There we go. But I really like Uniswap down here still. I have a position on it. I think I started buying right here at around 5 or something like that, and it's all the way down here at 350 again. Everybody's down who's been buying from 2023 to now. So if you bought Uniswap from 2023 on, you're down. Everybody in the last 3 years is down. Okay, but do we sell when we're down? Do we sell when everyone's panicking? Absolutely not. We just sit on our hands and wait till it bounces back. And you could see how this one kind of retraces into the 4-year. So how it pops back up into the 4-year and then sells off. Well, the 4-year is sitting right now at $9. So if this thing goes back to $9 in the next 1 to 6 months, that's a 160% move from where we're sitting. So I really like this. Again, we got the signal, but just because the signal shows up does not mean that it's going to stay on the chart. A dot is not confirmed until the candle closes. So just because it's showing up does not mean that it's going to stay there, right? If the price goes down, the dot can fade. So a dot is not confirmed until the candle closes. Does that make sense? Hey, Ari. Daniel, what's going on, brother? Aaron, Fear, what's up, dude? Aaron, what's going on? Pete, how you doing, brother? From the UK, my brother. Yep, we'll take some chart requests here in just a sec. I'm almost through the portfolio. So Uniswap still bullish. HPQ, again, very beaten up, very big capitulation, down like 50% since September. This is a huge company. It looks like they got earnings coming up on the 24th. Again, huge company, making $14 billion every 4 months. They're not going anywhere. Okay, and they got a big signal here. This really reminds me of Intel. This reminds me of Intel's chart. Intel was one of our best trades last year too. Okay, we were buying like right here. We bought like I think we started buying right here at 19. Thing popped all the way up to 51. That kind of reminds me of HPQ's chart here. I really like it. It had the green dot confirmed last week. Here's Oracle. Oracle, we started buying right here at 180. We're down $20 a share. I think we're down like 20% or something like that. They got earnings coming up in March, but again, all we're doing is waiting for a green dot. If we get another green dot down here, we'll just add to our position. And I think that one's going to pop one this week. Again, this is one of the biggest tech companies in the world. They make $16 billion a quarter, and they actually are majority owner of TikTok now. PayPal. You guys know how I feel about PayPal. This is just at a stupid price right now. This is the lowest price in 10 years. Okay, we're at 2016 lows. It's 2026 right now. 2016 lows right now. The lowest price in 20 frickin' years, folks. So I don't think PayPal's going anywhere. They're getting involved in crypto. They got Venmo, which is one of the fastest growing, one of the largest payment companies out there. That's Venmo. They obviously have PayPal, and I just don't think they're going anywhere, folks. Their earnings look good. Nothing is wrong with their earnings, right? They're still making $8 or $9 billion a quarter. They make a ton of money. I don't know if someone's just going to buy these guys out or what. But again, it hasn't been a better time to buy PayPal since 2016. I wasn't even trading back here in 2016, and it was sitting at $40. It went all the way up here to $300. So I'm buying the crap out of PayPal down here. Okay, I bought it right here at 60. Okay, earnings went the other way. Guess what? We're not panic selling. We're buying more down here. Very oversold, and we're just waiting until this blue wave comes back up here and gives us a red dot. ETHA, we already covered. This is the ETF I played on Ethereum. The reason I bought the ETF instead of Ethereum was because I wanted to trade the options. I'm playing the $35 calls for 2027. That is in January. So I'm just saying, like, hey, this thing's going to at least rebound back up here to 24, in my opinion. Ultimately, I just want to see a green dot on Ethereum to confirm that move, but this chart is setting up beautifully right now. I mean, it is setting up so freaking nice here on President's Day. I'm loving where the chart is. And ASST, this is a penny stock that we bought. I don't normally buy penny stocks, but I bought this one because I thought the guy who's involved with it is very interesting. He's the Vivek guy that ran for president against Donald Trump. He's the Indian guy. Seems like a smart guy, so I just threw a little bit at it. It's down here at the lows. Again, just waiting on a green dot. We did get the MACD crossover on it, so that looks interesting. SOXS, I'm still holding. I said if I will sell this one if NVIDIA prints a green dot. Okay, this is pretty much a short on NVIDIA and chip stocks. So I'm shorting this, meaning I'm looking for it to go down. I'm looking for NVIDIA to sell off here. And again, we got a red dot on NVIDIA. The MACD's crossed over. Everything's pointing down on NVIDIA. So if NVIDIA sells off, this stock is going to go up. Okay, it's going to go up because it's an inverse ETF. It is a bear ETF. So it's very beaten up. If this thing just goes back to $8, that's like a 300% move. So I'm hedged to the downside with SOXS. And then GM is my other short position, which also has a red dot right here and a MACD crossover. So I'm thinking that thing is going to at least correct down to 62. I do have puts on this. So if you guys don't know what puts are just a way to bet that the market's going down, right? It's an investment based on, hey, this thing is going down. So you could see I bought the $50 puts for 2027, which means I'm playing a pullback on GM just because of how, I mean, look how far off the 4-year average it is right now. You're talking about a 38% premium. Normally when it does that, when it gets that separation, it has a pullback. So I'm bearish on these two. I'm bearish on chip stocks, and I'm bearish on GM. And I did close out the MSTR. I closed out the MSTR short that I had last week, and I just bought Ethereum because I think Ethereum is just trading at a massive discount right now, and I think we're going to snap back. I think we're going to get a move like this over the next month or so. Okay, my target for the top of altcoin season right now is somewhere around July. I'm looking at July for the top for crypto right now as the charts stand. Yeah, if you guys want the indicator, just come over here. It's in the indicator tab right here. Just click on that link, overkill at overkillinvesting.club if you have any trouble or have any questions or issues with it. Just click on that link right there. All right, I'll open it up for chart requests here, but that's my portfolio, guys. That's everything I'm buying and holding going into next week. I'm really excited about where altcoins are sitting at right now. I'm really excited just because no one else is excited, right? And we want to buy when no one else is having a good time. We don't want to buy when everyone's jumping for joy, when everyone's having a good time and everything's at all-time highs. We want to buy after we have capitulated, right? We want to buy down here, okay? Down here. Either into the average, into that mean, that blue line, or down below it. Those are the two places we're looking. I see a request here in the chat for HNT. HNT's popping off. Wow, what a move, dude. I was looking at this one at 80 cents, and it's literally back to 138. That's insane. Got a green dot there, so, I mean, that thing's breaking out. It broke out over the EMA ribbons. I'm going to be adding this EMA ribbon to the indicator. I've been testing it out, and I just really like it. You guys don't have to use it. You could always hide it, right, if you don't want to see it. But what I like about the EMA ribbon is the fact that when price is down below it, we're in a downtrend, right? We're rejected by those EMAs. But when we break out above it, okay, that means we're breaking the trend, okay? So you can see over here, when we broke the trend, right, we were in a downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. Boom, we broke up above it, we pulled back, we ripped, okay? Same thing back here, okay? Downtrend, 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 breakout, and then we went on a bull run. So this is a good sign, HNT. I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying that at 80 cents when I was eyeing that thing. It did give a signal here last week at around 82 cents. So nice move there. I'd be bullish on it. Got a MACD crossover. It looks good. I see one for HIMS. HIMS just is getting sued, guys. I bought this at 30. I got smoked on it. Like I lost like $5,000 on this trade. Okay, not a good trade. But again, the dots cannot predict a company getting sued, and it cannot predict a company losing their best product. So everyone's talking about their revenue, right? I see people talking about how great of a company they are because of how much money they're making. But they can no longer sell their weight loss pill. 31% of their revenue came off of their weight loss pill. And they can no longer sell it because the FDA and NVO is suing them. So I chose to take my losses on this one just because I don't want to buy a company that's getting sued. There's too much uncertainty, right? And if you think they're going to recover, it's a great time to buy, okay? Because why? Because we're literally sitting below the average by 36%. But I don't think too many people are happy that they're losing their best product, right? That's like Apple no longer being able to sell the iPhone. Like, it's just not a good look on the company. So I'm staying away from HIMS, personally. just because of the fundamentals. Not the technicals look good, right? We're very oversold, but you got to think of the fundamental things as well. I see one for AVAX in the chat. AVAX looks good down here at 9. We're literally sitting at the 2023 low, so lowest price in 3 years. Last time we were down in this range, we got a green dot, and look what happened. We went to 9 all the way up to 60 for an 800% move. So again, everyone's bearish down here. Everyone's having a terrible time, not happy, not having a good time. What happens up here? Everyone's on board. Everyone's talking about it. Everybody wants to own it. So if you're buying right now, you're buying when no one else is buying. We're literally at a 3-year low. So it's the best time to buy in 3 years in AVAX. So as people are calling for the bear market, it cracks me up, dude. It honestly just kind of cracks me up, right? We're at the lowest price in 3 years, and everyone wants to tell you we're going down for 4 years, right? And everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but if you're going off the data, if you're going off logic, right, and not emotion, right now is literally the greatest time ever to buy crypto. I mean, it has never been a better time than right now, according to the charts. Okay, and we invest off the charts. We don't invest off of Twitter's advice or what Jim Cramer's saying or what this person's doing. We simply just look at the charts, guys. We have a strategy, right? We're buying the green dots because every time it comes down here and gives a green dot, it's a good time to buy. Good time to buy. Good time to buy. Good time to buy. Will this be a good time to buy? We're about to find out. Okay, but I don't think crypto's going anywhere, folks. I showed you this graph here. Okay, I showed you this graph earlier. Let's go ahead here and pull this back up. Okay, look at this. I talked about this on Twitter today. Okay, few understand, right? The total market cap of stocks is 143 trillion. The total market cap of gold is 35 trillion. The total market cap of Bitcoin is 1.4 trillion. So me, as someone who likes to analyze the markets and up and coming technology, Bitcoin's only been around since 2008, right? 2008 is when Bitcoin was founded. Okay, so it hasn't even been around for 20 years. Gold's been around for thousands of years. Stocks have been around for hundreds of years. Okay, so me thinking logically, I think money's going to flow out of stocks and out of gold, and it's going to flow into crypto. And when that happens, you're going to see names like Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Bitcoin, Chainlink, right? And all these other names. You need to buy good names. But over time, right, anyone bearish right now, yeah, they look smart in the short term. They're telling you how great they are. They're jumping for joy. They're on Twitter telling you about it every single day. Okay? Fine. Okay? But fundamentally, they're going to be very wrong in the end, right? Over time, they're going to be very, very wrong. They're going to look very stupid in like 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years, right? They're going to look really dumb because as the market cap continues to grow, okay, price is going to go up, okay? If money's flowing into crypto, it's not going to make crypto go down. It's going to make it go up. So if you're positioning yourself right now, right, and you're worried about the dips, right, this 4-week pullback that we've had over the last few weeks, okay, you're going to get crushed if you sell. But if you think of things in a macro perspective, right, if you think of things in the macro, like think 2030, right, think 2030. Where are we going to be in 2030? Think more money is going to flow into crypto or flow out of crypto, right? Do you think the total market cap, do you think this is going to go up or down over time? Up or down? Right? If I'm a bet man, I think it's going up, dude. I don't think crypto is going anywhere. And that's why I decided to put 65 to 70% of my total net worth. Okay, not really, because I own a house and stuff like that. So I guess you count that as net worth. But, right, it's not going anywhere, folks. The only thing taking crypto out, right, the giant has already woken up. It's already awake. Okay? The only thing taking it out, in my humble opinion, is the grid going out. And if the grid goes out, we're going to see Armageddon. I mean, you're going to be fighting for your life. You're going to be learning how to make your own food and grow your own food and get shelter and get warm, right? You're not going to be worried about, oh, what's Bitcoin doing today? No, you're going to be worried about surviving if the grid goes out. So if you're not betting on Armageddon, okay, I think crypto is a very, very safe asset class to be in if you're long term. Yes, it's very volatile. But why is it volatile? Because it's only a $2 trillion market cap. Because it's very, very tiny, right? It's pennies, right? It's pennies compared to compared to what gold and stock. If if they wanted to sell gold off by 50% tomorrow, they would have to sell half of this. What's half of 35 trillion? Isn't it like $17 trillion? They'd have to sell $17 trillion worth of gold if they wanted it to go down 50%. Okay, they only have to sell 700 billion for Bitcoin to go down 50%. That's why it's so volatile. It is such a low market cap right now as it stands. And I think part of the reason why we're not sitting at a bigger market cap is because there's not regulations in place to protect us from things like FTX and these exchanges going under. But guess what? That's what Donald Trump and the United States government is currently working on. They're working on legislation, okay? They're working on passing the Clarity Act. Once there's regulation, what do you guys think that's going to do? Okay, what do you think it's going to do to the markets? It's going to bring the banks in. The banks are going to be like, okay, it's regulated now. Our money isn't going to get rug pulled from underneath us because they can't do it because it's against the law and it's backed by gold or silver or whatever it might be. What's that going to do? It's going to bring in the smart money. It's going to bring in the institutions, these guys. Okay, when this happens, dude, we're going to be laughing at these prices. We're going to look back and we're going to say, oh my God, you remember when we thought about panic selling Chainlink at $8 when it's sitting at $80 to $100, right? Some people be like, oh my God, I sold Chainlink at $8. It's at $80 now. I'm an idiot. I missed out on one of the biggest generational wealth opportunities I will ever see. That's what you will say one day. And again, this isn't for sure. This is just my analysis, my own research, which this is all I do, folks. This is literally all I do. And again, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Am I crazy? Am I nuts? I see one for Sonic SUSD. It's trying to reverse here. I mean, that's a pretty ugly direction that it's been going in, but I mean, it's down and to the right. So if you're in this one, it does have a green dot pop in here, so I'd use a stop loss at the low, probably at 3.5 cents. If it breaks 3.5, I would sell it, but you do have a buy signal. I do not like charts that are going down and to the right. I like charts like XCN that are going up and to the right, right? Clear upward direction. We don't want charts going like this. We want charts going like this, up and to the right. Clarity Act, exactly. Yeah, when the Clarity Act passes, that's going to be insane. Vivek Ramaswamy. Okay, yeah, he's the guy. I don't know if he's the CEO or what he is, but he just seems like a sharp guy. And I think he came out and either endorsed this company or he's the CEO. I don't know. I just heard that he's backing it. What are people's view on ETH? I love ETH. Ethereum is now one of my largest positions. So if we get back over 2100, you're going to see a green dot there on the chart. As long as it holds on to 1800, I am extremely bullish on Ethereum here. And I'm loving that doji candle here to start the week. What else we got? BE from Brian. Bloomberg Energy. Yeah, that's a sell. We're not buying that up here. Again, our time to buy this was back here in May at $16. It's sitting at $150 now. That was a 10x trade. Now it's time to take your profits. RNDR. That one looks good. That's a double bottom right there. Robinhood just listed this one too. As long as that holds $1, it looks really good. I just look for the signal to confirm. I see one for HBAR. HBAR looks good too. That's got the signal. As long as we hold this low right there at 7 cents, it looks good. We called that signal out at around 9 cents. You're already up 10%. I like how this thing's setting up. It looks good. I want to see a big explosion here this week. Breakout over 11. If we can get over 11 cents, that's looking really good. Okay, it's looking really good. It needs to get over 11 cents. If that gets out over 11 cents, that is the confirmation of a massive, massive breakout. I see one from Ari for Well. Are you talking about Moonwell? Again, another chart that's just down and to the right. But if you're playing this signal right here, you need to use a stop loss at like 3.5 cents. As long as it holds 3.5, it looks good. Well, USDT. Oops, USDT. Let's check this one. Yeah, so this is at 2024 lows. So it had a pretty nice bounce last time we were down here. It looks pretty decent. Up there at 10 cents. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I just make sure it holds that low from a couple weeks ago, the bottom doji. If you get a green dot, what this is saying is, hey, this is the bottom right here. Okay, it's not 100%, but it's saying like, hey, there's a good chance this is the bottom. You had one right here that told you that, hey, 7 cents is the bottom. What happens when 7 cents breaks? Boom, right? Stop losses get hit and everyone goes down. Okay, so if you're playing that signal on Moonwell, boom, stop loss at 3.5. That's right where we bounce back here in October of 2023. That's the 3-year low, lowest price in 3 years. Bitcoin dominance, thank you. Thank you. Let's check out Bitcoin dominance here. Fallen. I mean, it's red. So I'm telling you guys, I made a video on this. If this goes like this over the next few months, you're going to see a lot of people crying in the chat because they panic sold. Okay, this is when altcoin season starts. When Bitcoin dominates, when money goes out of Bitcoin and goes into altcoins, is when altcoins fly. And you're seeing this thing start to fall. We need to break down below 57%. I want to see it break below 57%. It's looking more and more bearish as time goes on. It's been consolidating since September. Okay, the last big move in altcoins was right here. The top of altcoins was right here in September. Okay, because we fell to the floor. Money came out of Bitcoin into things like Ethereum. Again, the low was September. Where did Ethereum top out? Oh, right there in September. When the Bitcoin dominance chart is going down, altcoins are doing what? They are going up. Ethereum up, Bitcoin dominance down. So we want to see a free fall on this. If this thing gets back down to 40 to 44%, this is where I'm planning on selling my altcoins, down here, when we get back down to this area. Okay, until that happens, I'm holding my altcoins. I will hold them for 5 years if I have to. I don't care, okay, because it's not going to matter, right? It's not going to matter. When we get back down there, we're going to make so much money, it's not even going to be funny. Ari says, I'll be crying tears of joy when it drops. Me too. Me and you both. And then we're going to go do some good with the money. We're going to go give back to our communities. We're going to give back to our families. We're going to do good things in the world. You know what I'm saying? Moreno says USDT.D is dropping too. That is the dominance chart. Wow, that's going straight up. So again, when this is going up, this means money is flowing into Tether, which is a stable coin. So the worst thing for alts is when stable coins are going up, because this means money's rotating into stables, or when Bitcoin dominance chart is going up. So Bitcoin dominance is coming down, and this chart looks like it's topping out. Okay, that looks like it topped out right there at around 9%. That was the top back here in 2022. Okay, and then we fell to the floor. So we want this to go down as well. That looks like it's going to crack. That looks like it's topped out. Okay, so people are going to rotate out of stable coins. When people rotate out of stable coins, the dominance goes down because money's not going into stables, right? Money normally goes into stables in bear markets. And this looks very toppy, guys. This looks extremely toppy. Thank you for calling this out. I saw another one for others.d, which is the others dominance chart, which is the altcoin dominance chart. And that thing's around in the corner. We need to get over 8%. Okay, we need to get over 8%. Again, the top of altcoin season will be somewhere in between this section right there, between, I will say, 11.5 to 18%. Okay, this is when all the money's flowing into alts. Okay, if you guys don't understand the altcoin dominance chart, I got a video on it on my TikTok and on Twitter, so you guys could check that out. I don't really want to go into depth on it. It pretty much just represents the percentage of money in altcoins, right? So 7% of the total market cap, which is 2.3 trillion, is in others, which is the total market cap of crypto minus the top 10. So take out XRP, take out Solana, take out Ethereum, take out Bitcoin, and this is the total market cap of that. So when this goes up, that means money's flowing into the names that are not the top 10. And if we get a green dot on this chart, it's going to be crazy, guys. I'm telling you, if this comes in the next 1 to 3 weeks, you're going to see a massive explosion to the upside. I mean, I'm talking like a move like this. So, not the time to be scared. If anything, it's time to double down here. Thanks for the super chat, brother. CHR. Sorry, I've been seeing your thing. I've just been missing it. CHR looks like a rug pull to me, my friend. It does not look good. I think there's a lot better names to own than this. Okay, that is ugly. Ugly. Ugly, ugly. Oh, I guess it's down here at the lows of 2020. So you're buying it at a 5-year low. So what I'd do is I'd wait for the monthly on this one. But again, I'd rather buy a name like Cetus. Okay. Cetus is getting rugged too, but I just think the fundamentals of it are great. Sui up and to the right. We got Ray up and to the right. We got XCN up and to the right. Chainlink up and to the right. Okay, we don't want charts that are just falling to the floor. Okay, unless you know something that I don't. And again, I guess this isn't bad because it was down here in 2020. I don't know anything about the project, so if you know something about it that you think is good and you think it's going to bounce, I would just wait for the monthly signal. Okay, we want the monthly or the weekly signal. It does have a weekly this week, so if you want to play the weekly signal, man, it's time to go. WLFI. That one is sitting at 10 cents. Oh, another Trump rug pull. That's just too bad. It's not a rug yet. It has to lose its low down here at 8 cents for it to be a rug. But I don't know. I don't know if this Trump stuff is ever going to go up or not. I currently hold no Trump names right now. He got to me, right? He flushed me out. I didn't buy ABTC. I did have some DJT, but I sold that for Snapchat. Yeah, World Liberty Fi is obviously his crypto company. It's the same market cap as Chainlink, and I think Chainlink has a whole bunch more utility, so I like Chainlink more. But as long as it holds on to 7 cents, that's your support. Okay, I honestly don't know what to look for on this thing. There's not a lot of hype behind it or anything like that. I would rather own something like Chainlink than World Liberty Fi. Love it. The strategy works slightly ahead of the masses once you understand it. Yeah. The only thing separating you from being right and wrong in the markets, guys, is time. Okay? You could be very wrong in the short term. Okay? You could be very, very wrong in the short term. Okay? But you could be extremely right in the long term. So, again, it's just all how you're looking at it, right? Are you looking at today's prices, or are you looking for prices in 6 months or a year down the road? Okay? The only way to make money is to buy when everyone's running for the door. I think we can all agree that everyone is freaking out right now. People are extremely fearful. I mean, there's so many indicators that tell us exactly that. So if we're buying and holding right now while everyone else is selling and going to chase the next shiny object, we're going to win in the end. We might be a little wrong in the short term, right? I bought Chainlink right here at $12. Guess what? I'm wrong over the last month. But this was a trade for 1 to 6 months. So I got another 5 months on this trade from entering right here to recover. And I believe it is going to recover, and it's going to recover very, very hard. All right, folks, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to be answering chart requests from the chart request thread over here in the Discord tomorrow. We're going to continue to knock these out. So I will be opening this chart request thread here again soon once we get through the rest of these. So tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, all we're going to do is take chart requests from the chat and over here in the chart request thread. If you guys can't make the live streams, you guys can get them in over here in the chart request thread. Also, we'll be taking them from the live stream as well. We go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if you guys are new here, subscribe, hit the bell, never miss an episode. We're keeping you guys updated on the charts and what the data's saying here. 24/5. We're not live on Saturday, Sunday, so I have to say 24/5. But if you guys aren't in the Discord, feel free to join. It's free to join. There is a paid membership over there for $4 a month. Less than a Starbucks coffee. You guys can get access to everything we do and connect with our community. I'm telling you, investing alone is very hard. Okay, it's better when we have a community. This isn't about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together. So if you guys need me, hit me up over here in the Discord. We're going to finish chart requests here tomorrow. Tune in for the live chart request thread around the same time, 2 o'clock. We'll be live again tomorrow, and we'll be knocking out more of your guys' chart requests. With that being said, let's have a good week. Let's have a blessed week. God bless you guys all. I hope you guys have a great rest of the Monday, rest of the President's Day. Go celebrate today, and we'll be back here tomorrow for some chart requests. Once again, God bless you, and we'll see you soon.